Welcome to Frame Up, the show that explores the lives of the crew and cast on a film set. I'm your host, Marco Gutierrez. Let's get framed up. All right. I'm really excited today because we have Rebecca Rose in the studio with us. Rebecca, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I am so excited you're here. I mean, look at this. I know. We've known each other for a really, really long time, so this is going to be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You are a actress and a dancer. I do want to hear some stories about your bartending because I know you do that.
I do.
But I really want to get into the dancing. So how did that start? How did you get into that?
Oh, man. I got into acting when I was little and dance. Mm-hmm. I started auditioning at 5.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
My first audition was Oscar Mayer Wiener commercial. I was so nervous. And then I ended up just doing acting lessons and theater. My mom put me in dance, so I've done ballet, jazz.
You've done everything.
I've done everything.
Yeah.
So I love it so much.
Well, one of my favorite things to work with people like yourself that are dancers, because you guys know how to move. You understand choreography. Sometimes talking to directors and actors about choreography seems to be really hard. So I'm always, and it works well with modeling too.
It does. It's really hard. I actually teach dance too. I used to heavily teach it in my early 20s, and now I kind of just like help other people on screen when they're like, hey, I booked this commercial, can you show me how to move? And I show them how to look confident on screen sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's gone into a lot of stuff, even stunts, like following choreography.
Oh gosh,
So yeah, there's a lot you can do with it for sure.
Well, it's so important because it brings a rhythm to what's happening, and it helps. It helps everybody in my opinion, because in fact you can do stuff with choreography that will help you avoid coverage. Because in my personal opinion, I've said this before on this podcast, I like shots that don't require reverse coverage.
Yeah.
And you can do that with choreography.
That is true. Yeah, 100%, 100%.
So take us through some of these dances that you do, because lately you got into something called country swing.
Country swing.
Okay, yeah.
Line dancing and West Coast swing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So funny thing about West Coast swing, that one messes with my head.
Have you done it?
I have.
Okay.
I mean, I know East Coast swing.
Okay, yeah.
Right, or Lindy Hop.
Yeah.
And
they kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
They do. Yeah. Lindy Hop, Shag, and Charleston.
Okay. That's what's up. That's amazing. Yeah. It's definitely hard to learn. Even when you're learning it, I feel like there's still so much more you can get better at.
Oh, and blues.
Oh, you know blues?
Yes.
That's so awesome. Yeah, they do that at competitions.
Yeah.
It is definitely its own, thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to work on this.
Yeah. Blues was something that really caught me by surprise, because you have to be very comfortable with yourself and with your dance partner.
100%. And it's cool when do you usually have like one partner, or do you meet people and just dance with a whole bunch of
people? Exactly. It's rotating.
Yeah. So each time you dance with somebody new, you're kind of still just figuring it out.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Definitely, you never know. Some people don't know your cues, and you're always just like learning. I don't know, to understand people. It's really cool. I love it.
I think it's great.
Yeah. Partner dancing has become one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, this feels like a new chapter for you.
Yeah, for sure. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I've done salsa. I did a little bit of bachata. And I don't know. I feel like now I'm like, it's just learning new things, you know what I mean? And it's just completely different. Every new style that I have learned, I'm like, oh, this is so interesting.
Well, I used to joke that the thing about dancing is you can't, even if you're in a bad mood after you've danced, it's all gone.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'm always in a better mood. I'm like, okay, I think I just need to take the night off and just go to dance.
Yeah.
And I'll actually switch it up. Like last night I went to like a technique class. And then tomorrow I'm going to West Coast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm like, we're just going to do this. I kind of go off moods. And if I don't really feel like partner dancing is the mood of the night, I'll just go and do like a solo dance thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Always just learning and growing.
Well, the thing that caught me off guard with West Coast swing, because I know it was basically designed so that you could dance to almost any music, but it's how smooth it is in comparison to Lindy Hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of like throws my footwork off a little bit.
Yeah, every time I do it, I'm like, man, okay, I need to be smoother. I'll watch and be like, okay, I need to take this down. And every time I watch somebody new, I'm just like, okay, cool. I need to apply this footwork to make it smoother.
It's almost a hybrid between blues and swing, traditional swing.
100%. I'm like, okay, you should come West Coast swing with me. It's so much fun.
I will totally do it. I will totally do it.
Yeah, you'd love it.
And you also been doing country dancing.
I have. I've done line dancing for a really long time from working at PBR Atlanta.
Yeah.
But then somebody came into PBR and they were like, hey, does anybody country swing here? And I was like, I have no idea what that is. You want to partner dance with me? And it was just so fun that they were like, yeah, I learned it offline. And I started doing more research and starting to look for another community of people to do it. And I've learned a lot this year, which is really cool. But yeah, country swing is so much fun. It doesn't have a lot of rules. So you can get hurt a little bit. Yeah. Where I like West Coast for they have a little bit more of a foundation.
Right.
Yeah. But country swing is so much fun. When somebody says they know what they're doing, I'm like, let's go. We can just
let's do it.
Let's like throw this trick and yeah. And you get to know your partner too. And
That's right. In fact, one of the things that I figured out when I started swing dancing was communicating through movement.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can feel whether my partner is going to be able to, or at least I try to do my best to figure out whether the move I'm going to lead is going to work out really well or end in disaster.
Yep.
You got to figure it out really fast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like understanding the movements through your hands and like the pressure. And and I'm still learning how to be a better communicator for my partners. And like I said, it's really cool. Just every time I'm like, okay, what was that? If there's something new. I try to always dance with everybody.
Yeah.
So I'll like post that on social media. I'm like, if you know how to West Coast or country swing, like let's dance.
Let's do this. Let's do it.
Yeah. And I'll try to like guide it. If it's somebody that's just never done it before, I'm like, yeah, let's just have fun. And if somebody is a lot higher, like if they're super advanced, I'm like, okay, cool. I let them know, like heads up, I'm still on the newer side and I might not be able to read all their communication,
or know what move they're about to
pull. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, I'll dance with my teachers just to like see kind of what they throw at me, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll remember that for next time. Like,
I got this one.
Yeah, I got this one next time. But yeah, it's such a cool community.
It is. Yeah. I was very. I got like totally into it. I even lost weight. But yeah. I think I went from a size 32 to a size 28.
Congratulations.
Which was. Yeah, I didn't even know it, actually. My business partner at the time saw me walk into the office one day, and she's like, you look ridiculous. We're going shopping. And then that's when I figured out I lost weight.
Hey, that's what that kind of just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to watch. Like, I make sure if I'm on a dance night, I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I'm getting enough carbs, and meat, and protein, and just all of that.
Yeah, because it's a workout.
Yeah, it's a workout. Yeah, and it doesn't really feel like a workout.
It doesn't, because you're having so much fun doing it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, you can't just like a banana and a bar and go. Because sometimes like that works in the morning. Like if you're on the run, you're like, banana, bar, this, coffee, go.
Go.
Yeah, but that does not work if you're ready to.
Me and coffee are not a good idea. So.
You can't drink coffee?
No, I drink tea.
Tea is so much better.
Yeah.
I'm trying to switch.
Yeah, gradually. I think a couple of people who've seen me in coffee, it didn't end well.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to look into more of a healthier option than coffee, like mushroom coffee.
Oh, I've heard that's really good. I had never tried it, but I've heard it's amazing.
I heard it's really good. And then either doing that or switching more to the tea side just because... healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Well, I love how vibrant and just full of life you are when I see you dancing. In fact, I saw you on the Mechanical Bull, which After 2 seconds, I will fall off that thing.
Okay, but I have a video to teach anybody to do it, though. If you want to like actually stay on it, it has tips and tricks to do
really?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the people that just like want to come in there. But yeah, there's definitely tips and tricks to stay on in general. Like you just lean back with it instead of going forward.
Instead of going forward.
I also have gone forward and then I flip off the front. You can definitely hurt yourself. I have definitely hurt myself once or twice. I was out like 3 months because I don't know if I bruised probably my tailbone. I'm going to assume that I didn't fracture it, but I don't think so. But yeah, I definitely have performed tricks where I've landed wrong and then literally like got
thrown off
by accident, you know? Yeah.
Well, it's pretty remarkable. I mean, we're watching you is like watching an acrobat. So.
Thank you. It's so fun. Honestly, I'm like, man, I get to have fun at work.
Yeah,
so
that's what it looks like.
It's cool. Yeah. Then we get to line dance there. I still love it.
So let's transition to how that affects your acting and things you like to act in. So let's talk about acting for a moment.
Yeah.
How'd you get into that?
So I started when I was really young. I did theater, commercials. I was in acting classes. When I moved to Orlando, Florida, I wanted more. I was like, I need to look for a stronger agent. I even started doing background work at like a younger age where they were like, yeah, you can have people that were 14. I think I did like a commercial as an extra at 14 when usually it's at 18, you know, when you can actually start doing that. So I was really lucky. I had a really supportive family. My brother also did commercials. My sisters danced. My dad did a little bit of movies.
It's like a family affair.
Yeah, like they kind of, and my dad would always be really realistic about everything too. He'd be like, you know, only 1% of actors continuously work. And he was like, you always have to be that hustler. And he really showed me the ropes, and it's kind of cool now because I'm like, I can do a lot of things and still also do that as well. And like, I feel like a lot of times we put a lot of pressure on like, I have to book this and book this. And it's like, you know, you can have a life outside of acting, and that actually makes my life in acting better. I
was going to say, because I think that's important because the characters you play are, you know, outside of the bubble that we're in.
Yeah, they're real people, and I have an idea what it's like to be a bartender, a server, a hostess.
I was about to ask you about bartending because that is a really interesting position because, of course, you know, I remember a friend of mine once said that, you know, it's like bartenders know everything.
Oh, I mean,
basically to say that, you know, like people are comfortable talking to them.
Yeah. I've gotten to know, I think even, because I started bartending at like 25. Now working at a high volume bar.
That's a little bit different.
It's different. I've had a lot of experiences that I didn't think I was gonna have at this point in life, and I'm like, wow. It's just different. It's a whole different vibe, but I still really like it. So you know.
Yeah, I was like, you've got enough energy to really like keep up with that. Because I've seen how those bartenders try to handle like 50 people trying to. Yeah.
And it's made my memory so much better too. I'm like,
I can only imagine.
My short-term memory. Yeah. But the thing is, the long-term memory, people will tell me their names and then come back like 20 minutes later and I still remember it and da-da-da-da. But then if they come back a few days later, we got a problem. Like, that's when I'm like, okay, I got to work on that. But yeah, it's usually if I see them like 2 or 3 times again, I'll be like, okay, yes, I remember. Or if I get their Instagram, then it's like a photo and then their name. I can pretty much remember. I'll be like, yeah, let's add each other on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'll get really weird with it. I'm like, do you want to be like Facebook friends? I'm like, they're just like, Facebook? How old are you? I'm like, I wasn't asking questions. Hey guys, I was just saying.
Do you want to join my MySpace account?
Do you have MySpace? Because I do. Bring back MySpace.
Bring back MySpace.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
But I like this because you're having real life experiences that will then translate into different characters that you'll play.
Yeah, and I've also seen it all at this point too. With like,
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. it's definitely such a fun place to work. I don't know. I still really like it. So,
So what kind of roles do you enjoy playing?
the roles, oh man, right now and where I'm in at life, I really like just doing commercials, and I want to grow and do more of those. I think I'm at a weird spot, and I think a lot of people in their 20s and early 30s can feel that too. You don't really know, can I still play high school? Because it's kind of like weird, because in the industry you kind of can. And Wicked,
Yeah, you kind of can, yeah.
I mean, Wicked, I mean, I think they were in college, but she's like 36 playing a early somebody that's 19. So I think you're like, okay, well, what roles can I be playing? And, could I have a 10-year-old? I mean, technically, but on, camera, could I? I think it's just that weird things. And I also don't know if I'm mature enough to act like I have a 10-year-old either, because I still feel like I'm a baby. I might not be, but I definitely feel like my aura is a little bit younger. So I don't mind. As I progress with age, I think I'll start enjoying doing more film and TV, but I'm really enjoying commercials right now. And that's what I get seen most for. So, but if my agent's watching this, send me more film and TV, please. Please and thank you. But yeah,
I think it'd be great.
But I'd love to go into doing like Marvel stuff. I think a lot of redheads say this. They're like, I want to play Poison Ivy. I would love
oh my gosh,
to play Poison Ivy, and it would be cool to just like play that seductive role, because I feel like that's not necessarily me. You know what I mean? I don't know. The mean girl, I feel like, is not me, but she lives in there. She's there.
She's there.
But I can never, in real life, she's not there. I definitely could use a little bit more, a sprinkle of mean. I'm like, But
I think that's great though, because I was talking to some other actresses about that too, that some of them really enjoy playing either the villain or what's opposite of who they are.
Yeah.
Which is
100%.
great, because then you can add some complexity to that character.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what it is. People are like, well, you're an actress. Like like lying in person is not a thing. I don't know what it is. And I don't know if other actors experience this, but lying, like you can tell, like I get red. Your girl can't hide anything. I have a horrible poker face, but with acting, I think it's because I know I'm tapping into somebody else and bringing that character to life, and I have lines and
right, because it's not you lying. This is your character.
Yeah, it's something completely different. That's actually a question I get a lot. People are like, "Well, are you lying? You're an actor." I'm like, no, because you would know if I'm lying.
You would know.
You would know. I'd be sweating, like dripping. I don't know. It could just be how I grew up too. I was the good girl. I was like, okay, I don't want to make my parents mad. So.
No, this would be great. Are there certain genres of narratives that you enjoy? Like, I mean, you mentioned the comic book heroes, but like dramas or fantasy or.
I love comedies.
Comedies
are so awesome. I think, remember the 48 Hour film? That was a long time ago. I was actually blonde. And I did one of those comedies. I remember that. I don't know if that's when I met you or I ran into you, but I was with one of our friends, Diana Riley.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I was like, but yeah, that was like one of I love like dark humor too. It was so funny. I don't mind dramas. I don't like scary.
Not horror films.
No, I just don't.
I'm trying to get myself used to it, because I'm like you. I did not grow up as a horror fan.
Yeah.
Much to the demise of some of my peers. I know they were huge fans of it, so I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah, it's so real life to me. It's not even acting at that point. They're like, Rebecca's screaming, yeah, we know.
Everyone can hear you.
We know. Can you just like tone it down a little bit?
Well, the thing I've also heard is that some people like acting in horror films because they're part of the process. It can be kind of fun.
Yeah. I've done a bunch of horror films. I like the light horror films.
Yeah.
Nothing too weird.
I was gonna say something like maybe not so much the slasher films, but more like the thrillers.
Yeah, the thrillers. I can get down with that. Yeah, that one I can get down with. Anything like paranormal, weird stuff, not for me. I'd be like, I get really bad nightmares.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, and they kind of stay. I can't go into haunted houses anymore. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, the nightmares will be just stack on stack on stack, and it'll be weird ones too. They just feel real life, and that's not really my vibe. So,
but comedies are great, like you mentioned. Those are so much fun to work on because even the crew is enjoying themselves.
Oh yeah, 100%. That'd be cool to do a musical.
Oh,
one
musicals,
day.
yes.
That would be so fun.
It's you just remind me. I gotta talk to a friend of mine who is currently writing a musical. So yeah, exactly. I was just like, dude.
Somebody. I also sing.
Oh yeah, that's right. We need to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah, very multi-talented.
Thank you.
But actually, and going back to your core as a dancer, this helps out in all of those genres. Again, through choreography and being able to come out, because Wicked is being considered, for best cinematography and best picture and stuff like that, and it's because of what we were just talking about. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
It was so good.
It's so.
It was so good. If somebody hasn't seen it, please go see it. I think a lot of people, because I'll talk about it and people are like, oh, I don't like musicals. I'm like, well, it has such a good background because we all know Wizard of Oz.
Right.
But it's the history of like what actually happened in somebody's like different POV.
Yeah, exactly. I like it. It's we're not really giving anything away, but it's about how a villain was created.
Yeah. I was like, that's one of my favorite musicals. So it'd be cool to, eventually be seen for musicals too. So we'll see. I'm really excited to see
that make a comeback. Barbie, I guess, was the last one to do something like that.
What do you? Oh, for
the Barbie movie.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was also amazing.
Yeah.
I love that one.
But I love what you were talking about, that the musicals are making a comeback. This is a very unique type of storytelling.
100%. And it'd be cool to see more keep growing. I'd love to see Mean Girls in musical. As a movie form, which we already have the movie. I guess you never know, but it'd be cool to see those actors because I'm pretty sure they can sing. They can dance. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people can do that. It's just tapping into going back to the whole Wicked thing. Ariana Grande showed up.
She really did. She really did.
You could tell she got acting, singing, and dance lessons. And I appreciate, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. Like she said, one of the things that she said to John M. Chu, she was like, I'm going to take care of this role. And she really did. She really took the time, like comparing to how she was as Penny when she did Hairspray and then to what she did for this role. You can tell she put a lot of training into this and she shined. I love it.
Yeah. No, that was great. I loved her in that too. She was like, we were talking about comedic roles, and she really killed it in that one.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Can you do the hair thing she always did?
Toss. But I gotta practice it. I don't know. We can't. I will practice and then come back.
And then come back to it.
Yes, come back here, and I will show you later.
That was so perfect.
Toss. She was so great. Yeah, everybody was. The whole cast was.
The whole cast was
amazing.
Yeah. They did a phenomenal job with the casting.
Yeah. I also love John M. Chu, and that's something maybe to even bring up. So when I lived in Maryland, there wasn't a lot of opportunities. There wasn't really. There was like a little bit of the internet, but not really, because we just had MySpace and YouTube just started.
Right.
But yeah, my dad, or I don't know if I found it or my dad, we would always have these conversations because he had a business downtown, and he was like, "Hey, this movie is coming to Maryland," and I would do all my research of any kind, and I ended up finding the casting, and I was in I was an extra in Step Up 2, which is so cool. In the rain scene, younger me was so happy. I don't know, it's like, yeah, it's just extra, like it's whatever, but it was so much because I actually like that's what made me want to be a better dancer too.
Oh,
Those
that's
experiences.
awesome.
Yeah. And seeing how I didn't really know much about the industry. We didn't have film and TV classes. Up until I moved to Orlando, that's when I got a lot of my training done. And then out in LA as well. But yeah, in Maryland, there wasn't that. So just watching and learning what it's like to be on set and seeing how the actors perform. But yeah, he was the one that also filmed. He was the director on Step Up 2, which was kind of
Oh,
cool.
it's so cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I would love to be a part of a musical like that. I'm glad you mentioned that because it's not something I've talked about. But yeah, it's like that for me would be one of my favorite genres to approach.
For like musicals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that.
Of course, I'm a big science fiction fan, as people already know. But but there was also that what was it? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the musical.
They had a musical?
They did.
I've not seen this musical.
Oh my gosh, you will love it.
Okay.
I don't know if you like the series or not, but that was a cool moment, and the way they played it off was hilarious.
Is this so? The musical, is that like a movie, or is that on Broadway, or?
No. It was an episode.
Okay, it's an episode. Okay,
Right.
cool.
Right. So they could only they couldn't talk to each other. They just had to sing.
Oh,
and they were trying to figure out why.
that is so fun. I feel like I wish my life was like that. Like, can we all just sing to each other?
Exactly.
It's just like, but I try to do it with my roommate. It doesn't really work out. I'm just like, I mean, sometimes she'll go back and forth, but sometimes I'm like, will you sing with me? She's very like, this is my roommate. What is she doing?
I was gonna say your roommate's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, Sarah's amazing. I love her. Yeah, she's my best friend.
So shout out to Sarah.
Shout out, Sarah.
I mean, would you also do like dramas, thrillers?
I'd be down for that. If it fit, if I really thought the role was right for me.
Oh, biopics. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like, I'd be interested if I really thought the role was right for me. And I think back in like 2019, I didn't know myself as much as I do now. And I know exactly, I'm like, could I see myself doing this role? And just actually taking roles that I want to do instead of just being like, I need to do it because this is going to get my foot in the door. And I don't really have that pressure anymore. I'm just like,
yeah, which is great. Yeah.
What's for me will always find me. And I don't have to stress about it. And I feel like a lot more opportunities have landed in my lap because of that. Instead of taking the wrong roles, and then because I've taken the wrong roles, I don't want to be considered for more of the wrong roles. So I'm really big on like, is this the path that I want to go down,
right.
and what will lead me to these roles? So I'm really big on accepting what is for me, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, like, when it comes to comedy, is there a certain type of comedy, like slapstick comedy, or?
I like dark comedy, honestly.
do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's so funny. I did a lot of 48 Hours that were dark comedy, and we would throw stuff back and forth. I feel like my humor is on the darker side, but a lot of people don't know that. I guess I had to be really comfortable, and we had to already go, back and forth on it for me to add in stuff. But yeah, I definitely have a little bit more of like a more of a raw sense of humor. Yeah,
we're going to call it roller for now.
Raller sense of humor.
It almost sounds like an acting method, the roller.
Yeah. I'm coming out with my own acting method.
There you go. The Rebecca Roller.
Yeah, the Rebecca Roller. What are you doing? That is not what I taught you.
I can totally see you doing almost. I almost feel like you could probably pull off something like I Love Lucy. Those kind of more comedic, really high energy. Not quite slapstick, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd be so interested in that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. What I'm actually starting to try to do a little bit more outside of Atlanta, just so I can get seen more. I feel like I have a lot more of a support system than I did before. So I'm kind of like, okay, cool. I have this community, and I'm able to start trying to like venture out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because before I was just kind of like, I got to stay here. But now I'm starting to submit to other places.
To make it work.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't ever plan on leaving Atlanta. Well, if there's a really good reason, I would be open to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you did leave once to go to Los Angeles, and now you're back.
I've left so many times, actually. That's a whole thing. I spent my whole 20s like bouncing around. I moved out when I was 19. I lived in Orlando probably about maybe 6 years, something like that. And then I went out to LA for 3 months. I came back, and then I was like, no. I need to go to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta, and then I stayed a year, and I was like, no. I need to go back to LA. And I stayed a year. But then I started slowly realizing I wish I would have done that in my early 20s. But this is where it really comes in. I don't think I would have been right out there by myself. I think I would have been really naive. Yeah, I think that it probably wouldn't have been a good fit. I think everything is really purposeful. And yeah, I ended up, pandemic. I decided to move back, and I'm here to stay. I bought property here. I'm here to stay for sure.
You're here to stay. Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's great. That's great. I'm glad you're back, actually.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. It's been a great journey. I can't believe it's been 5 years.
Wow.
We're going to come up to 5 years. That's crazy.
It is. Because I'm trying to remember, I probably met you 8 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Which is also crazy because it doesn't feel like 8 years.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
That's
I was
wild.
looking at, because when I first met you, I was just shooting some modeling photos of you.
Right.
And,
yeah. That's in our text thread.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. And I feel like you haven't. I mean, you've grown, obviously.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe I was blonde. I had blonde highlights.
That's right.
I'm always this close to being like, maybe I should just go back blonde. It's always on the edge. I feel like everybody that's ever been blonde, they're like, should I be blonde or should I be blue, brunette?
Blue. Yeah,
blue.
Go blue.
I could not go blue. It would not look good. I would look, yeah.
Actually, you know what might look cool would be like a platinum ice blue.
Oh, maybe eventually.
Yeah. Got the Elsa roll. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Elsa. Yeah. I mean, I had to think about it.
But I do like the dark hair, though.
Thank you. Me too. It makes the eyes pop. I'm kind of just chilling. But yeah, I'm always like, it's always back and forth because my roommate also had blonde hair last year. We're always like,
that's right. I didn't even recognize her when I saw her recently. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, should I? She's like, I feel like I want to go back blonde. I'm like, I also feel like I could go back blonde any second. And then I just get frustrated because I'm like, I can't. We can't do this. It's like a toxic relationship that I didn't ever, mean to encounter. I'm like, wow, I could just go back blonde.
Yeah. Or you could just do like a streak or something.
I don't think it would look good. Maybe eventually. We'll start go back around.
I know, right?
This is how it always works in my head. I'm like, wait. I feel like girls know. They probably struggle. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. Once you've been blonde,
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the stuff that you and I did because I did want to ask you about music videos.
Yes.
Since you're singing. So your music, a lot of musicians, talk about delving into difficult things that they've gone through. What is your music like?
My music, I haven't made original music, but I would be open to it. Maybe eventually kind of thing. I'm starting to really focus on social media. That's kind of with my acting. This is off season for me. So I'm like, okay, I want to really focus on that. But it would be cool if I met somebody that was like, hey, let's try this. I've definitely recorded covers with my friends and people that, know how to do engineering and stuff like that. But I used to do singing competitions when I was younger.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then I did it for musical theater and stuff like that.
That's so cool. Yeah, going back to the musicals.
But music videos, I feel like it would be so 2000s if I did a music video, which was
which we did. Yeah.
So we did a KTL. We could have done anything, and I was like, I really want to do.
When that category came up, you're like, Marco.
Yeah. I went through every song in my phone. What would be the perfect storyline? And for that KTL, I thought it was really cool of there's got to be more to life. I think her name's like Stacey Arico, right? Or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So we did that song, but I thought it would be cool to show like, how much passion somebody can have. And, there's got to be more than like to life than just working your everyday 9-to-5 job. And
I absolutely, that's one of my favorite KTLs that I've ever done was one I did with you because it was literally just the two of us.
It was so much fun. And we got it done so fast.
So fast. And it looked great. People loved it. They were commenting on it. And it also, I was just like, it's just the two of us. So I was just like, the two of us have to go on stage.
Yeah.
Which nobody, I've never seen. Yeah. No one in KTL has ever done that. So at least that I'm aware of. I was just like, but this wasn't me. This was us.
Yeah. It was so fun. And we just pulled everything out so last minute. And there's so much passion. And just like, I'm really, that's the only KTL I've done, but it's always going to be one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah. It was an absolute blast.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, I want to do another music video. Come on, KTL, come back.
Well, I love making music videos.
Me too.
It's one of my favorite categories to work in because you have so much freedom to do stuff that you can't do in other genres or
100%.
Right. Especially commercials, although sometimes the commercials they can get really funny, which is great too.
Oh, I want to do that. I want to
like
help.
a good comedic ad, yes.
Can I help like write some of these? I have some really good ideas for short KTLs.
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it.
If you want to do like the 48-hour film festival, I've been wanting to do a little bit more writing on top of it,
Okay, especially with your dark humor. Yeah. Or we can turn it, one of the categories was musical. We totally could have done that. Yeah.
I would have to find other people that like musicals.
Right.
I don't know many people that like musicals that also do. I could probably maybe name like 2.
Yeah. I think we might be able to get some people together.
Okay. I think with the people and then the two people I know.
We'll be fine. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're pretty short anyway, so
true.
we'll totally pull it off.
I can come up with the dancing. I need help on the writing part, but I definitely want to start doing more writing, which would be really fun.
Yeah. Well, I just did a podcast with Anna East, who I definitely need the two of you to meet up at some point.
I would love that.
Yeah, because she's a dancer and would love to do this kind of musical stuff.
That's so fun. Does she also act or she just do dancing? That's so cool. Yeah.
I mean, most of I met her on just like you. Well, I didn't meet you on a music video, but the KTL I did with her was a music video.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What was your concept with her?
So she came up with a concept called The Kiss. And so she wanted to make it look like at the moment that happens, you go into kind of this euphoric kind of, it was a 10-second video. And she wanted to do all that with the camera moving. And so this is what I was talking about before. And one of the reasons I like working with her is because she understands choreography.
Yeah.
So it was all about camera movement.
Oh, that's so fun.
So as soon as she mentioned that, because she reached out, she's like, does anyone want to work with me on something that involves a lot of camera movement? I was like, yes. If I can move the camera and it's got reason behind it, I'm so there.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, we all could do one together. That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for new opportunities and that sort. I want to be creative as much. That's what I want for 2025 is to use up all the creativity. And even with dance and acting, I'm definitely trying this year something different than I really haven't done too much. So instead of wanting certain opportunities, I want to see how good can this get. Like that's going to be like my 2025 and stuff. Because like I wanted to do NFL for a while, but it never seems to be a fit for whatever reason. But I want to see, instead of putting it on the destination, I want to put it focused on the journey part and be like, well, how good can this get during the journey? And even with acting, I've been like researching different acting studios. There was one guy I really loved out in LA, but I haven't found exactly what I'm looking for in Atlanta. And I'm just trying to find somebody that matches up with my alignment for what my goals are. And again, we're just going to see how good can this get. That is 2025.
That's your goal.
Yeah.
I love that. One of my favorite phrases comes from you, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because you, I think either it was a conversation or something you sent me in a text, but you basically said, I love being creative with you. And I was just like,
I do.
I've never described anything like that before. And I was like, that is exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like playing. And it's so cool because you're like, something happens when you're creating with something. I can't really explain what that process is exactly, but just something happens where I feel like it opens doors.
It does.
Where you don't usually have on regular friendship level sometimes.
Exactly.
I have my friends that are like some friends that aren't creatives, and I appreciate them and love them for exactly who they are. And, and we do really cool things. Like I'm also pretty sporty too. And
yeah.
But
I mean, you ride a bull, so.
Yeah, exactly. Sporty girl.
Follow me for more tips.
I'm done. Yeah, no, but yeah, I think though creating with people is one of my favorite things, and it's almost like a form of love. Like
it is because you and I really click.
Yeah.
I think that's why we were able to do that music video so well, because it was just like.
You just understand. There's something about it.
It's almost like that communication we were talking about with dance.
Yep.
It felt just like that.
Yeah. And I feel like everything, when it clicks in general.
Yeah, and it clicks so well because, I mean, you're a great person too, so that helps.
So are you. That's very kind.
But yeah, no, I absolutely love working with you. It was so much fun. And I like you as a person too, because obviously that's how we got to know each other.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I know. I think back when we were walking around Little 5 Points.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I don't know. I think that version of us could only look where we're at now. I think it's really cool to think about like,
oh my gosh, how much has
changed.
changed since then. Yeah.
And how much we've grown, and I'm really grateful. I'm sure you're grateful. Like, we've grown into really great people, and I'm excited to see how I feel in another 5 years. To be honest, and be like,
we made stuff happen. Yeah. No, absolutely.
And, even if it's not like getting something in return, I think just growing as people.
Well, and also being around really genuine people, which I think is what it truly comes down to.
Yeah, agreed. 100%. I'm excited. And I feel like too, I'm always really excited to meet new people. Like I appreciate everybody that I meet, but even meeting new people in general is really cool. And, I just love people in general. Yeah. I think I'm a lover girl. No, but like, I really love people and, getting to know them and all that good stuff, really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's part of what life is about, really.
Yeah. 100%.
Because otherwise you're just going to be miserable all the time.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah, I can only imagine.
But yeah, I remember one day you called me up to help you set up a TV, I think. But I always thought that was funny because as soon as you called me, I was like, yep, I'm there. I know. Yeah,
no, that was so sweet of you. I was like, yeah, I appreciate everything in general. Like, yeah, I'm the worst. Honestly, I should have called you. I called like 40 different people. Not 40, actually. I called like
39.
3 people. I called 3 people and I like gave up. I ended up calling all my neighbors because I saw a palmetto bug in my bathroom. And at first I didn't know. I was like, oh, it's like a cockroach. It's fine. Yeah. Like, I get it. Like, it happens sometimes. They just get in because I'm in the woodsy area.
They just get in. Yeah, exactly.
It's in the woodsy area, which I love my area so much. But, we like have dogs and they come in, they literally scream, whatever. So, one got in and then, I started freaking out. I was sitting on the floor. I was like, what am I going to do? Because it flew.
Yeah. I mean, once they started flying, that just.
Nope. I was like, so I called upstairs neighbor, downstairs neighbor. And then they were just kind of like, good luck. I said, okay, that's fine. So I called I FaceTimed my brother and he didn't answer, which is fair because it was like almost 11 at nighttime. And then one of my other friends, she got her boyfriend to come over and kill it. It was just so funny. I was like, yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story, actually. Whenever those things somehow make their way in, I don't really want to like squash it because I was like, now I got to clean that up. So instead, I pull out the vacuum cleaner.
Does it work?
It does.
It really? I mean,
especially when they're flying, because then I can just aim the wand at them. And
that's lucky. I think if I was calmer, I was like,
I mean, that's my whole thing. It's like, oh, I don't want to make a mess.
Oh no, I have to. I just think this thing is plotting. Well, I stood there watching it for a good while. I was like, I was like analyzing this thing. I was like, where are you gonna go? Which way are you gonna go? Are you gonna? And then when I saw it fly across my bathroom, I was like, this isn't gonna work. I was like, this is not gonna work. We need to abort the mission. I was like, okay, don't set the place on fire because like I got neighbors. It's not gonna work out. So I was like, okay, I'll just move out. We'll just grab your stuff. I was like, what if I just move out right now? Like, oh my gosh, I'm so, I texted Sarah and I was like, I'm just letting you know, I'm not trying to alarm anybody, but I think I'm just going to go move out. Like, I know I own it, but like we'll find, we'll work this out later. Like these people, oh my
man,
gosh.
I can totally see it now. This is going to turn into a comedic film because then it'll start FaceTiming you and go, I own your house now.
Yeah. When I tell you nobody answered my FaceTime, but it was also late too. I shouldn't be randomly FaceTiming people. I just needed moral support. I could have gotten it. Yeah. I just needed somebody to be on the phone.
To help you.
I need that person to walk me through. Be like, you're like a baddie. You can get this. Like this thing is afraid of you. In my head, I'm like, no, it's plotting.
No,
how to take over.
It's reading a book
life
right now on
He's
on military
analyzing
tactics.
me. Yeah, this thing is analyzing me to know exactly where I'm going to go, and I feel like it knows me better than I know myself right this second. Yeah, it was this whole thing. Anyway, he got it, so it was fun. It was fun.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, this was the moment where I was like, yeah, this is nice. Thank you so much. My neighbor's boyfriend, thank you. I appreciate you so much. I was like, do I like owe you my life now? Like, do you want a hug? Should I tip you? Like,
should I tip you?
Like, he was like, you're fine. And I was like, okay, cool. If you guys need me ever, call me. I will run. I don't care where I'll be. If I'm at work, I will run. I'll take a flying airplane or whatever. Flying airplane.
As opposed to.
I will do whatever I need. I will fly. No airplane. I will fly there. Like, I will do everything I need to do. Taxi, Uber, got it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can totally see you in comedic roles now.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be perfect on a sitcom, I think.
Yes. It's in the air. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, 100%. I'd love to. It'd be cool to film in New York. I don't think I like the West Coast time difference. Mm-hmm. It makes me feel so out of touch with what I'm used to being I'm an East Coast girly.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I like whenever I get a chance to work with the New York film crews, I think they're fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to try it. New York's definitely high on my list. I don't plan on moving, but I do want to start. And what is that like? Okay, well, to Maryland, I was gonna say 30 minutes. No, it's not 30 minutes. What is it? Like a 2-hour flight?
Probably. I don't remember actually.
Yeah,
but it sounds right.
I think No, that's.
I mean, you're in Atlanta,
simple.
so you can go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Busiest airport in the world. That always gets me.
It really is, though.
Yeah.
I always fly out the times. Okay, I'm so weird. I will leave PBR, and then go park at the airport, and then fly out at 5 a.m. I'll go from 1 to every time when I go home to Maryland, that's usually what I do. And I'm like, you know what? Sleep. I can fall asleep on the plane. I always do. Yeah. I'll sit down and just be asleep. Oh, professional sleeper at this point.
Yeah. You got it down to a science.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when I go at that time, it is still busy.
Oh,
it's still busy at 4. I'll park at 4, sometimes park at 3. It's still busy. I'm like, how are you guys here right now?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, did you guys sleep? I haven't, but have you? I was like, what are you doing right now?
It's an absolute work of art how they manage all that traffic.
Yeah, and then even security is always still backed up at that time. I think Atlanta and Orlando have been the worst for me out of everywhere that I've been, because I've traveled a lot. This year, 2025, what's for me will always find me.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I really do.
It's such a peaceful approach to what's coming for me. And I feel so much better about it. I'll walk more confident into audition rooms, or just at peace with whatever's in my life.
Whatever's going.
Yeah. And I don't have to stress about it. And this goes for everything, friendships, alignment, relationships, whatever is there, jobs, which is so true. Even, it's something I haven't talked about. I do social media management for a brewery. That really fell into my lap.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think you'd be really, really good at it.
Thank you. I really love it. It's really right up my alley. I've always done social media. My brother would pay me to do his social media on MySpace. So this is how it literally trickled. So he used to have me do that for his band that got really popular. So I would do their social media back when social media even wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And I started my own YouTube at a really, like, as soon as I saw YouTube, I didn't know how to handle it at first. So I have deleted a lot, but a lot of stuff is just, archived now. But I've done even on YouTube, like I have videos like I think 17 years
are like
hidden on there. A lot of my competition videos are up there. I have one of my singing competition videos on there, which is really funny. I was like 15.
I would love to see that. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, I was like, it's funny. It's there. We won't talk about it, but it's there. I'm just like, we'll leave it up. I'm just like, yeah. But no, I've learned a lot through those experiences. And every time I get on a new app, I feel like I just try to really find my people. I'm not so concerned with followers. What comes to me is mine. I would much rather find people that
I love
support
that.
me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like just do what you're good at, and the followers will come.
Yeah, and I feel like people that do social media, they're really harped up on like how many views.
Follow me for more tips.
Yeah, like the views or the followers, and which is kind of comes along with it. But I think that I would much rather have 5 followers that support me than have 1 million followers that don't care how much work I've put into everything that I've done. Yeah. And I really do appreciate people that, do support the work I've put into as an artist. And I really appreciate everything. And like I said, like even on Instagram, sometimes it'll go up, sometimes it goes down. I'm just I want to find my people. That's all I want out of my life. Yeah. And people that really love and support me. That's really, really big for me.
Yeah, exactly. You want to surround yourself with good people that,
So that's pretty, but and my brother is getting into YouTube right now, and we go back and forth and talk on that kind of stuff, and he's starting his own travel YouTube. And I keep saying that. I'm like, I just want for both of us to just find people that really love what content we put out there and what we do for our artistry. And like how much work we put in.
Exactly, because it is like you mentioned before, it's something we're really passionate about. So no, but I mean, I forgot what we were talking about before this. I'm like, where how did we get to the social media part? Oh gosh, yeah this is gonna be a fun podcast.
This is so fun. But I think that in every aspect has been really a journey. And 2025, what's mine will always find me. It'll always come to me.
It'll find you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Me too. Just really working on gratitude. I'm trying to work on, and maybe that might be something eventually I might go into on social media, is like work on mental health for either actors or dancers, and like how to prep for certain things.
That'll be a good one, because I know that a lot of actors struggle with that. Because it is a very difficult craft to pursue. For many reasons.
It is, and it's something I've really struggled with too. I think starting out really young in this, my parents were super, super supportive, but I think I didn't really know how to handle it all. I just really loved theater, and I loved like ballet, and I did a lot of like the Nutcracker and, theater shows. And I think that when I didn't get certain things, like obviously like I was really like let down by it, but I didn't know how to react by it. I would just be like really sad, obviously. But now I'm just like, I would much rather something go to somebody that it was for than me being put into it. Like, I really don't want anything that's somebody else's, because like I really want something that's for me, because then I know that I can't mess up in that. Like, I know it's just like, no, you're perfect for this, and you rose to the occasion, and it's had your calling.
That's a good one. I was actually talking to another colleague of mine, because we're kind of the same way. If there are projects that I've turned down because I'm like, I am not the right cinematographer for your project, but I know someone who is.
Yeah, 100%. I think that comes with knowing yourself, and like, and not saying that somebody doesn't know them, but I think it takes a lot of work to be like, this is what I'm passionate about, and these are my skills, and I don't know, and just like really claiming that, I guess, you know. Yeah. So, but it'd be cool to come out with some like videos about that, like just really owning what's yours.
Oh, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great, and especially because it's a helpful thing for people to understand. Especially, like we said, acting the way I've seen it, it's like you have to have so much. You have to have persistence. You have to be okay with being vulnerable, with making a fool of yourself. So it can take an emotional toll, and especially if you're not working, and that sort of can easily reflect back as like, am I just not good enough?
Yeah. And I think that a lot of people go through that, especially as actors, especially as dancers. I feel like dancers have it. Not saying that one has it worse than the other.
Yeah. I can totally see that with dancers too. Yeah.
I think that with acting, you can still get a role. Like, you don't need to be the best in the role and still get the role. But with dancing, I think that a lot of the time you do have to outperform a lot of the people in the room. Just depending on the project, like, it's a lot harder. It's a different kind of mental toll on how you are as a dancer, and it hurts.
Yeah, especially if you're doing competition dancing.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think that about myself too. I did the West Coast Swing competition, and I really had to sit down with myself. I was like, how good do I want to, what do I want out of my life? I think that was the first question that I needed to ask myself with competition. I don't know if I'll change my mind about it, but I think I feel much more passionate about trying to book a role and like book a music video or a tour or something that's like right for me, then I don't really like get that much feeling of trying to get like awards and stuff. It's much more fulfilling getting the final product of a project. Like, I love being on set, and
that's what I love about it. That it's about collaborating to put a project together and make it happen. Sometimes the process itself is even more exciting than the
the whole there's so much to come from that in general, like the whole process. I don't know, I love it. I was like, there's nothing I could see myself doing more than acting. Like, I always can see myself. Have you seen that lady on Instagram? She's like, I don't know how old she is, but she's an older lady, and she just started going, like, she moved to New York and she still dances.
Oh, wow.
Like, she dances, she Batmas. Honestly, I'm like, go after her, because if we were in an audition, I'd pick her. Like, she's so good. You could just tell she loves what she does. And I think those are some of the best people, when you really love what you do.
You can see the passion.
I want to be that when I'm older. I still want to dance. I will, like, one day when I have kids, like, I want them to dance. I want them to, understand like how cool it is when you can create something so different. And I love ballet. I love everything for how different it is. And that's how I am in life too, with people. Like, I love different people, and I end up liking them, like, for their, quirkiness and just, all of that. So but as far as dance goes, circling back, I think that I can always
dance, acting,
and acting, I can always see myself. I will always be acting. It's, and eventually I want to start doing more acting videos too I feel like that's like really close to home for me, so I don't put as much acting stuff out there. I feel like people are a little bit more interested in dancing, on like how hard you train and stuff, but the acting's for me, like watching back my self tapes and the whole auditioning process, and going to set, like, I don't know.
You know, that is interesting because at least with dance, you do get to see the rehearsal. You don't really,
Yeah.
other than like official BTS from the production, you don't really see what goes on behind the scenes to get characters into roles or actors into characters.
Yeah.
I said that totally wrong.
No, that's okay. Something I had really liked, and shout out to Drama Inc. for this one. Something, I think it was Alex Collins. I'm not 100% sure what teacher said it, but he said like you need to do, I think it was like 50 auditions to get one booking. So like my idea, I don't know if it's 50, it might be 100. I have no idea. I can't remember because it's been a while since I've been over at that school.
Right.
But in my head, I'm like, I want to get rejected as fast as possible. Like, I want to get through this many auditions, but I'm going to put my best work out. But I want to keep getting my no's. Like, people are like, oh, I can't get booked or whatever. Like, for me, I'm like, I'm that much closer to my yes. Like, I just feel it. Like, it's coming. I don't know. I don't mind the no's at all. I'm just like, okay, awesome. I was like, I know that I need to get this many no's. And sometimes I'll write out my no's, too.
Yeah.
I'll be like...
No, that's great. I mean, if you can get past the rejection, then that's such a huge part of even in my field as well. Yeah, because I mean the film industry in general, the joke is always just like you're constantly unemployed.
Yeah. But I think that's even for, that's for everybody. I met one, kind of. So somebody that I know was talking about, I had asked like him questions. He does, he's a director, which was really cool. And just, I don't know too many directors on that level. So I was really interested in just like having conversation, and they also go through those struggles just as much as the same as actors.
Yeah.
Like they are also unemployed after they're done with that film. They're also unemployed. I'm like, so we all understand it. I mean, that's like all of it. So, camera operators, costume designers, like we're all just looking for our next job. But, like we're all like, we're looking for what's next. But like, I think that...
but we have to keep practicing and working on our craft.
100%. Yeah. 100%. I love this industry, man. I'm always like, I just want to be. Yeah, I've been doing PA work sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, even I've learned so much between like the lighting. I learned a little bit of camera operating, teleprompter stuff, how to do that. I'm just like, this is so cool. Like, there's just so many different roles and so many things you can do. Yeah.
So many different crafts.
Yeah.
All coming together to tell one story. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah, love this industry. I was like, I want more. I just, so awesome.
I love that. I love that. I love seeing that in you. That's great.
Thanks.
All right, so now we've come to the Bernard Pivot, or otherwise known as the James Lipton's questionnaire.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
What is your favorite word?
Oh my gosh, I told you I was gonna. Okay, hold on.
It's so
Scram. Scram. No. Okay. I think. I
kind of like scram.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. I gotta adjust my seating position. Okay. Favorite word. So many people, it has to be scram because I feel like people that really know me, they know my words, and then they'll say it back to me, and I'm like, oh, I say that. Like, it's just so in the moment. I'm an in the moment kind of girl. They have it, like Sarah has great impressions of me, and I'm just like, I didn't realize I do this a lot. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to take notes. I'm a little embarrassed. It's fine. But yeah.
Well, here's the opposite. What is your least favorite word?
Least favorite word. I really am not into cussing. I know that's really funny. I try not to. I feel like it's a bad habit for myself. Not to be like, I don't care when other people do it. I just, for me, like I have to be really mad and just like really, I just don't like that version of myself. So I probably something with cussing. I just don't like that from myself this way.
Oh, that works. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Oh.
Like what inspires you?
So hard. What inspires me? I think just living in the moment. And I would love just like connecting, kind of what I said earlier, connecting with other people to build something. It's just opens so many ways to create it's like building this or painting this beautiful picture that you didn't even know that could be there. I think just that in general, I don't even know. It's so hard. I feel like it's almost like who I am, what inspires me. I don't know anything different because I've always done it. And it's always been that was my first love. I can honestly say art is my first love. It will always be my first love. And I think that's what drives me.
So like passion, basically.
Yeah. I literally don't know because I've never not loved it. And I just think back to who I used to be, like that ballerina. And if I don't feel creatively inspired, I'll start doing other stuff, like learning new styles. And it just sparks it back up. And then I'm like, oh, well, I need to get back into ballet again, which I started to. And I'm like, and it just brings me back to my home feeling, Yeah, so,
where it all began. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, it's just who I am at this point. I don't know anything else.
What turns you off?
Oh, well, let me pull out my notebook. I think negativity, and not openness. I think a lot of beautiful things can happen when it's a very safe space. In the creative field, when it's a safe space where you can build something with somebody. But when somebody, like if you have somebody that's super negative or super like, no, that wouldn't work, or like shuts down your stuff, I feel like you could never water that plant to see what it could grow into. I'm really always open to hearing people's ideas. And sometimes like if I have a really great idea, I'd be like, hold on. Can I say my idea? Because it's like something I'm really passionate about right the second. And I'll be like, and then we can like either scrap it for another day or like I just take it down, I just, I think just having people that also are really passionate and being open and creatively, and just trying new things. Yeah. And that's probably what would turn me off.
What sound or noise do you love?
I love like the rain.
Oh, yeah, the
rain. Sometimes like
and scene.
The rain. Yeah, I used to have the rain sounds play when I was sleeping and stuff like that.
I was just thinking about that earlier because it was raining today and it was
so nice.
Yeah.
I love the rain and that's probably my favorite.
What is your what sound or noise do you hate?
Screeching, screaming, nails on the clipboard, anything that's like too loud. That's probably my least favorite. Yeah.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Nothing. I feel like I just have a very entrepreneur mindset. So if I couldn't actually see myself doing anything else, but if I would still do like content creation, which is like still what I'm in. It's
within the realm, but
it's in the realm. Yeah. And it's still creatively fulfilling, but I really couldn't see myself be like, my mom became a nurse. She was a dancer. I could never be a nurse. I could never, my sister is selling cars. I would literally just kind of show up to work. I just know it, like I'm really good at selling and I have a sales background. That would not be anything that I could sell. I just be like, this is what I do every day. Like, but she kills it. Like, I love that she like has that passion to do it. And she sells so many cars and does a great job doing it. It's just, it could never be me.
Yeah.
So, and my brother went into tech, which I also couldn't see myself doing.
I was about to get to what profession would you not like to do? So I guess
I mean those, the nurse thing. I'm not good with blood. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst at that kind of stuff. So I'd probably like pass out. I know when it's coming too. I can like feel it. It's not good. I did social media management for last year for a surgeon, and he would have me record it. And when I tell you I was recording, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I could pass out. So I would, when I'm like ready to pass out, I like crouch down and then like sit there for a second and breathe in and out. You can't tell it's happening either.
Right.
And like, I'll just like turn white in the face. It's so funny because I've gotten really good at just like identifying it. So, I would like crouch down, like recording it, and they would have no idea. And then just like, they would just probably think I'm like lazy. It like doesn't want to stand, which whatever. I just play it off, but it's funny. Yeah. Anyway, blood is just not my thing. Blood, needles, surgeries. I didn't last that long there. So it was, I mean, but the content was good.
Right.
I learned a lot just doing that. That was probably my first content creation job for a business.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say at the pearly gates when you arrive?
Oh, I like this.
The dance floor is over there.
I mean, that is a good one. That is a good one. You used up all of your creativity that I gave you.
Oh.
I would literally, like, I really do feel like that's like a God's gift to me.
Yeah.
At least, like, that's how I feel about it. So
I like that.
That's the one thing I'd be like, yes, I plan to. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for coming in today. This was incredible. I had so much fun doing this podcast. This is going to be a wild podcast. So.
This was so fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. And it's always good to see you. So.
Yeah, always. And I always like to be creative with you and have fun. And, you know.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. I know it's kind of weird. People will ask me to like hang out and stuff like that. Not saying like, I am just like, what can we create? I'm such a creator. I'm like, well, can we like create for fun?
I mean, that's fun, right?
I mean, like we're hanging out fun. I don't know. I'm just, I'm like weird.
a good weird.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's amazing. And and thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you guys. This has been so fun.